Hi friends, welcome in this online class of Jijaऊ Jnanatirth Vidyalay, Pathri Road, Parbhani. Friends, today we have to see the science of standard 7. In this book, today we have to see the 4th chapter. The name of the chapter is Nutrition in Living Organisms. Okay, so in this chapter, up to the last video, we have seen the information about what is meant by nutrition, need of nutrition. After that, types of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, so in this manner we have seen the topics and information about autotrophic plants. After that, the chemical reaction of photosynthesis. Okay, this topic we have seen in the last lecture. Today we have to see transport system in plants. Okay, transport system in plants. See, you can observe that system picture present on the screen. Okay, see friends, take a pumpkin stem having 2-3 leaves. Cut it under water with a sharp blade. Take some water in a conical flask and add 7 to 8 drops of ink to it. Put the pumpkin stem vertically in the flask. Observe the change that take place in it and discuss them in the classroom. So friends, we have to find or observe the transport system in plants. For this observation, the selected plant is pumpkin. You know about pumpkin, भोपळ्याची वेल. Okay, तर ती pumpkin stem 2 to 3 leaves असणारी घ्यायची. After that, cut it under water with a sharp blade. Take some water in a conical flask and add 7 to 8 drops of ink to it. Put the pumpkin stem vertically in that flask. Observe the changes that takes place in it and discuss them in the classroom. Okay, so what is exactly happen over there after doing all these things? We have to discuss this in the class and share the experience with others. On the basis of they also can perform this experiment and get more and more knowledge about this. The transport system of plants consists of xylem and phloem. There are two types of transport systems. In that, first one is xylem and second one is phloem. The xylem transport minerals and water from the root to the all aerial parts of the plant. See friend, first transportation system, xylem transport minerals and water from the root to all aerial parts of the plants. Okay, this is separate system for minerals and water transportation. Next, the phloem transport the food glucose from the leaves to the other parts of the plant where it is either consumed or stored. Though the plants have a transport system, they do not have a separate digestive or excretory system. See friends, in a human body there are two separate or the separate process for digestion and excretion. There are digestive and excretory system and they work separately. Okay, so like in human body, the organs in plant body there are not present in a plant body, so that is happen in combinedly. Okay, So from the leaves to the other parts of the plant where it is either consumed or stored. Though the plant have a transport system, they do not have a separate excretory system or digestive system. With the help of that transportation system that transport water, minerals and glucose, it means food, to all parts of the body. See the picture present on the screen. In that blue color is indicate xylem and pink color is indicated by the phloem. So friend, this is the transportation system in plants. What is the chemosynthesis? Which plant produce their food by chemosynthesis? It means with the help of chemical. Which are the different substances excreted by plants and why? See, you have seen the drumstick tree, babul, okay, acacia, we called it as acacia, means babul. So these plant excrete different substances, we called it as gum, that is excreted from the stem of that plant, okay, as well as some other liquids are excreted from the stem or the branches of that acacia tree. Next topic, plants produce carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. Carbohydrates are made from carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Proteins are made from carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. How do plants obtain the nitrogen necessary for the synthesis of proteins? See friends, for the nutrition plants need nitrogen, but plant can't take directly nitrogen present in the air as it is. First of all, that nitrogen is converted into the compound form, and that compound form is used by that plant for the nutrition. So plants produce carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis, and carbohydrates are made from carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. See the basic constituents of the carbohydrate, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Proteins are made from carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, there is a difference between carbohydrates and proteins. In proteins there is one more substance is added, that is nitrogen, and the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are also present in the carbohydrates, but when in that carbohydrate there is addition of nitrogen, that convert into the proteins. Okay, next, air contains gaseous nitrogen. However, plants cannot utilize gaseous nitrogen. It needs to be fixed, that is converted into compound. Fixation of nitrogen occurs by biological and atmospheric method. Biological fixation of nitrogen to different types of microorganisms can bring about biological nitrogen fixation. So the air contains gaseous nitrogen. That nitrogen directly can't use plant. However, plant cannot utilize gaseous nitrogen. It needs to be fixed, that is convert into compound. They are element, nitrogen is an element, that is need to compound form. Fixation of nitrogen occurs by biological and atmospheric method. There is a process, and in that process, with the help of atmosphere, this nitrogen is converted into the compound form. So biological fixation of nitrogen to different types of microorganisms can bring about biological nitrogen fixation. Root nodules of leguminous plants contain the rhizobium microorganisms. These microorganisms absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into nitrate, a compound. See friends, now with the help of natural activities or microorganisms that are present in the root nodules of leguminous plants contain the rhizobium microorganism. The name of that microorganism is rhizobium, and these microorganisms absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into nitrates, a compound form. So nitrate is a compound form of nitrogen. After that, microorganisms like azotobacter are present in soil. They also convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate. See, there are two types of microorganisms. They are present at different places and they work to convert gaseous nitrogen into compound nitrate, and that compound nitrate plant can be used for the nutrition of that plant. So friend, this is information about the biological fixation of nitrogen. So we'll stop here. The next topic we'll take tomorrow. So okay, thank you.